Hello everyone, today we're going to run it back with some Esper Tokens. Today's new cards are going to be Search for Azcanta. We're going to try 2 of that, and we're going to actually try a sideboard that I've kind of put together. We have pretty roundabout sideboard. That's kind of what you want. You got your control cards, you got your anti-aggro cards. So it's pretty all-around sideboard. Feel free to make any comments or ask any questions if you have any. But otherwise, fairly standard from what I've been running. So we'll give it a go in the tournament practice room. If we're feeling good about it, we will eventually try to throw some leagues in. So let's see how this goes. Alright, hopping on into game 1. Alright, I'll try to keep track of how well I do, matchups and stuff, because this deck I do think is really solid. With Ramen Red being really high right now, it's just a good spot. Because we just gain so much life and our blockers are really good and such, so definitely recommend it if you're trying to beat up on some mono red. Alright, so this hand we're going to keep. And we're actually not going to start with our Evolving Wilds, even though normally you start with your tap land. For a couple of reasons. One, we have a hidden stockpile. Well, mostly both, because we have a hidden stockpile. Both reasons. And that is because we want to play it on turn 2. If we want to play it on turn 2, we can't use it to get blue to get our Champion of Wits, so we really want white-black to start off. And playing Evolving Wilds after we've played a hidden stockpile is really good. So, yep. So opponent played a tap land. We're not going to yield through this turn. There's a world where we cycle cast out. Kinra. Do we cycle out? Do we cycle because of the Kinra? Because it's like a black-red aggro-ish deck. We don't need... Yeah, we'll go ahead and cycle it. We don't need that. We have a lot of other removal once he plays Hazoret. So I think cycling a cast out here is okay. Yep. So we'll take 2, and now we'll probably play Anointer Priest turn 2, just because it can block really well. As opposed to Hidden Stockpile, which doesn't do anything, and we can still Hidden Stockpile Evolving Wilds the following turn. But he is playing tap land, so that does suggest that he's not extremely aggressive. And we're definitely blocking if he attacks like that. It's either a 2-for-1 where he does a removal spell, or... Okay, he just did it in a weird order. And that's okay. Like, he attacked, then he destroyed our thing, but it's okay. This turn, I'm fine doing Anointer Priest into Legion's Landing. Just trying to get dudes out there. Try to stem the bleeding. And this will gain us a decent amount of life. Plus, it's unlikely that he'll have a removal spell for both of our plays. So this kind of makes next turn work out pretty good as well. Because we get to Hidden Stockpile, Evolving Wilds, and sacrifice something if we need to. So Everything's looking good. Okay, he's 3 color and plays Kinra, so he must be... I thought they were playing... I don't know. A Lannery? Sure. And we won't block Lannery. But we'll definitely block the Kinra. Correct? Yeah, I think we can block with our Vampire here, and it'll be okay. Because the consideration would be we could double block Lannery, but then we lose our Anointed Priest. Anointer Priest, sorry. But I don't think he could have anything for 2 that's not just a 1-for-1 here. And we can eventually block Lannery with our other tokens, so... Yeah, we're definitely fine making that trade there. Ooh, another hidden stockpile. That's good news. That is very good news. We'll play our Evolving Wilds. Go ahead and sacrifice it to trigger our hidden stockpile. Get an island because we need it to play Champion of Wits, and we don't need any other color of land. So this is pretty much exactly where we want to be. And unfortunately we can't yield very much anymore because we have to keep open mana and timing to sacrifice as needed. We need to put our upkeep stop on. Put a prey counter. Yes, that is fine. That kind of makes me want to double block. Because he's going to slam the dinosaur next turn. We don't get our triggers. Our stockpile triggers. But I think that's okay. So 2, 4, 6, 7. So he'll be able to kill both Anointer Priests, which is pretty bad news. But he'll be able to do that anyways. So we won't be getting tokens. So I think this is okay. We can take this damage. Because we'll be gaining a bunch of life next turn. The idea being if we double block, he'll sacrifice a treasure, makes Lannery big, enough to kill our Anointer Priest, possibly to kill the Servo as well. And then he can just slam the dinosaur next turn, and we can take 2. But if he kills both of these, then we can't trigger our hidden stockpile very easily. Either of our hidden stockpiles very easily, because we want to play stockpile Anointer Priest. So we will sacrifice our Servo. Scry 1. That one's fine. We'll draw that one. Play our stockpile. Get a bunch of dudes. We could attack since our dude's probably going to die, but that's okay. Next turn during our upkeep we can Anointed Priest, Champion of Wits. Puts a prey counter on our servo. Not sure if that's the best use of mana. I mean, I guess if he plans to just go all in with his Lannery, that's acceptable. Yeah. Like if he just sacrifices all this, kills our board, attacks for 4, possibly 5, and we can very easily rebuild after that. So I'm not sure if it's exactly what our... Not sure we're exactly afraid of that. Oh, just a Monstrosaur? Sure. So he can't attack with Lannery. He didn't attack with anything. It's okay. Any reason to scry? Yeah, I think we kind of want a fumigate. That'd be really nice to draw. Oh, we don't really want an island. Yeah, so upkeep. You'll sacrifice it. Get a swamp. Scarab God's really good. Scarab God's a good magic card. So now we definitely have to wait for his Tetzimok to do Tetzimok things. So we will maybe just play this on Oiner Priest. That's reasonable. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to play out our hand or anything. And we'll be taking a bunch of damage. Really not even that much, because we'll be gaining 4 life here. And we can still block Lannery. Okay, so we'll double block there. No, we'll just no, go back. Reset blockers. Yeah, we'll just double block here. That's fine for us. Yep. Yep. Now is he slamming the Tetzimok? I would assume so. No Tetzimok? Upkeep. No, we don't want to sacrifice because we're going to try to flip our Legion's landing this turn. So we'll just draw. Cast Out's a good draw. Unlicensed disintegration, sir. Just means we will pay 1 to sacrifice our anointer priest. So that way we don't take damage. And we get a scry. We'll just pass turn here. Gain our life, get our servos. And whenever he plays Tetsamok, we'll cast out, slam our Scarab God, and be in a good spot. And it's possible we just cast out the Monstrosaur, just because it has trample. And I don't think, yes, prey counters. I don't think Tetsamok has trample. Yeah, he totally has 6 Tetsamoks in hand. Let's see, no, it's just Death Touch. We can beat Death Touch. Yep. But he did not want to sacrifice a treasure. Very important. Yep. Everything's dead. We'll just cast out his Monstrosaur. Again, Tetsamok's the bigger card, but we've got a crap ton of tokens that we can answer with. So. Right. Upkeep, we will... Question is whether we sacrifice or play the Scarab God. I think we just go ahead and sacrifice. Try to get like our Anointed Procession or something. Fumigate, don't really need a Fumigate right now. So we'll draw, that's a good card. So I think we just play our Champion of Wits now. We'll get our 2 hidden stockpiles. So I think this is good. And we don't need the tokens off of start to finish, so we can just discard our start to finish to use as a kill spell later. So we can drop our that. And one of our lands, if we play the swamp this turn, we can play our Anointer Priest, and that's pretty good. I don't think we need the color fixing, so we can get rid of that. And like either way, it's just better to play this guy or the swamp. Now, is it better to play Anointer Priest from our hand, or just hold open scries? I think it's better to just hold open scries, and yeah, it should be good. See, we can just constantly block this guy. Yeah, Tetsamok's not particularly great against us because we can just sacrifice anything relevant. I think next turn, oh, yep, same deal as last turn. I think it was last turn. Sacrifice to make sure we can get our that's pretty good, because we can play that, get our triggers, and play our Anointer Priest, assuming he doesn't just scavenger grounds here. We're at 2, 4, 6 mana. Yeah, we'll keep it on top. That is a fine card to keep on top to trigger our stockpiles. I think it's fairly likely that he's going to Scavenger Grounds this turn. Because we've got a lot of cards in our graveyard that want to be in the graveyard. So we will see what he does. This does not look like he's exiled. Okay, there he goes. Yep. You can sacrifice graveyards. And at that point, do we want it on the bottom? Again, no. We will... and he sacrificed his Scavenger Grounds, which I think was incorrect. Alright, so we'll slam our Scarab God. Attack with our servo. And we are officially winning. Alright, we'll sacrifice our Evolving Wilds. We'll get an island, because we do have other Champion of Wits. And it's important to keep this land untapped, because if he plays like Vraska's Contempt or something, which is totally reasonable for him to play, we don't want our Scarab God to get exiled. Is it worth it to double block? He's got 2 cards in hand. He would have killed the Scarab God if he could. So I think we double block, because we get it back. And it deals with his thing permanently. Yeah, go to damage. He's currently assigning damage. And he doesn't... If he had a Scavenger Grounds still up instead of the Oasis, then sure, we don't block there. But because he did sacrifice that will be good. And we can get a 4/4 Death Toucher back. What do we got here? A Vraska. That's rude. What are you destroying? Cast out, stockpile. Cast out. Makes sense, because otherwise we kind of just bash into Vraska. Yep, no response there. Alright, do we sacrifice a dude? Pretty sure we do. 2/7. Yeah, we'll sacrifice a dude. Legion's Landing. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that either, but it's okay. So get our Scarab God back out there. Get our tokens. Again, we're going to leave back sacrifice mana in case he plays Vraska's Contempt. I haven't seen any of our Nornid processions this game. It's quite sad. And we can take 5 or 8 this turn. Fatal Push, yeah, we can sacrifice that to get a Scry. And the stockpile is a good card, so we'll put that on top. His life total becomes 1. Okay. So I don't think we need to upkeep sacrifice. Do we want to get back Tetsimok as a death toucher? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So we can Tetsimok and Anointer Priest and keep open a sacrifice mana. Or is it sacrifice? We'll draw, sacrifice, Anointer Priest, hidden stockpile. That's probably better. So we don't need to upkeep Scry. We really want to get an Anointed Procession though. That'll definitely improve our odds here. We'll sacrifice a token. Renegade map can go to the bottom. We'll get 3 tokens, gain 3 life. Be in a good spot. And for those playing against tokens online, you can auto yield to both the servos and Anointer Priest, unless you happen to have responses, but it'll let you what am I trying to say? Save a lot of time. Okay. We will not upkeep Scry. Where are we at? 2, 4, 6, 8. No. So if we attack with everything, our Scarab God dies and 2 of our tokens die, we get in 3 damage. I think that's good. I think that's better than getting in 2 damage. 3 turns out is better than 2. So we will attack with everything at Vraska. This just gives us a lot of mana to do stuff with. A lot of mana, a lot of creatures. And if Vraska just takes it, that's fantastic. But I doubt Vraska will just take it. Okay. Scarab God does not die. Instead, Vraska dies. Unless he has a removal spell. Which I assume he has. He has to have a removal. Okay. Yeah, he realized that his Vraska was dead if he did that. So he probably does a similar thing, except he sacrifices a pirate. Okay, no, he trades there. The pirate should definitely go in front of a servo instead of the Anointer Priest. Unless, I mean, either way, like we lose a servo either way. He's not preventing any revolt triggers. So he should have definitely killed off another servo. Play our land. Go ahead and use our Adanto. I definitely should have, before Scarab God died, I definitely should have brought back his Tetsimok. That was a misplay. But we had stuff die. So we get all our triggers. But there's no reason to have all this mana up. We should definitely have a Tetsimok in play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can Scarab God and get back a Monstrosaur next turn, which is great. pirate, and we'll definitely block the pirates if he attacks. And I think I'm going to upkeep. Well, I don't need to upkeep Scry because I know what I'm doing. But if nothing dies, then I will have to sacrifice to the hidden stockpile to get my revolt triggers. Yep. We really got to kind of play fast just to try to get ahead of him in clock time. No upkeeps. We'll just Scarab God. Scarab God, get back his Monstrosaur. Get a 4/4 Monstrosaur. Really wish we had an Anointed Procession, that would be great. No. No, I want to attack all of these cards at Vraska. Attack Vraska. Attack Vraska. Definitely should have left black open, but we're probably just going to sacrifice Scry regardless if he blocks, so doesn't exactly matter. Vraska's definitely dead because he blocks. He can block 2 damage there. Well, he can block 4 damage there and then 1, so Vraska will take at minimum 6. So works out well. Assuming he doesn't have a removal spell, but regardless, things are going okay. Still, it's unfortunate we can't just yield through the turn. I really like that about X-Mage, where you can yield, but if your opponent does something, you can respond. Alright, so I win that one. Alright, it's possible he just concedes here, and he does. So, well, that is, what was that, Jund? Probably just Jund. I mean, that's what it seemed like to me. So we'll run it back. Things are going well. Alright, we definitely want to go first. This hand's awkward with no white mana, but we can get there with our search for Azcanta. So we will try it, see how good it is. Alright, you can turn up our upkeep, stop. Any particular reason to play Drowned Catacombs here? We're not playing a card. Yeah, we can just play our Drowned Catacombs. Yep, you can duress us. Probably take Search for Azcanta. I don't know who plays main deck Duress, but that card's a beating right now. Just because it takes our search. I have to say I was not expecting main deck Duress. Yep, and we might just lose now. Hey. Not the best, but it'll get us there. Oh, I was like, what the heck? Alright, yep. And this is really scary if he just plays good cards like Chandra or really anything. Okay, yeah, this is still his turn. Yeah, I would like to put Fumigate into my graveyard. Alright. We might be able to get there. Oh, yes, I would like to draw 2, discard 2 Legion's Landings. Cool. Main deck Scavenger Grounds. Well, I don't think we could do very much against this deck in general. Cast it. I think the answer has to be yes, because we really need a cast out to be able to deal with this Chandra. Main deck Duress really hurt us. Alright, we got our cast out. So we can drop Fatal Push, Anointer Priest. That seems correct. Right, so it's not too terribly bad. Not too terribly bad. Yep. Oh man. Well, there goes our answer to Chandra. Because if he just emblems, we just lose. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But hopefully he just makes us get rid of our champion of wits, but just takes our cast out and now we hope one of the top 2 cards is a cast out. Yes. No. Yeah, I mean we need... Okay. So, we're not technically dead. So we'll just see if we can outrace a Chandra emblem. Assuming he plays one. Because we can gain a bunch of life. That is what we do. But I don't think we can beat mono board wipes and mono discard. Chandra into Chandra? Sure. But we can gain a bunch of life. Absolutely gain a bunch of life. So that's what we're going to try to do. Sure. I know he's just trying to deal as much damage as possible, because that's what he's supposed to do. And we're probably just dead to the ribbons. We will be gaining 4 life here. Or not 4 life, but 16 life. Or 8 life. Going to 16. My bad. Alright, so this is... Okay, yeah, we're dead. So he's just mono removal, mono board wipes, mono discard. I don't think there's a world where we can beat this deck. We're going to try. We'll bring in the negates. Bring in the duresses. Bring in the Ixalan's Binding. Take out the fumigates. River's Rebuke might be too slow. Yeah, that seems fairly slow. Bring in Sunscorched Champions. Dream Stealer seems fine. What else seems bad? Is the Scarab God bad? Scarab God's pretty bad. I don't know if I've ever said that before in my life. We don't need start to finish. Drop 2. Okay, we'll just take out the 4 Fatal Pushers and keep in start to finish. Alright, let's try this. Waiting on our opponent. Boy, this matchup seems really bad. Like main deck, turn 1 duress. Play Sweltering Suns, Doomfall, Fatal Pushes. I mean, the deck doesn't seem bad. The deck actually seems quite good. I don't know what other threats he plays. He needs at least something other than Chandra and Cut to Ribbons. Because what do you do if you can't get Cut to Ribbons in your graveyard? Like against Control, Cut to Ribbons and Chandra, Control being like Blue-White Approach or Esper Approach or something, that does not match up too well. The Chandra and Cut to Ribbons, because you basically are never going to play Cut, and Chandra is very easily dealt with either Vraska's Contempt or Cast Outs or what have you. Granted, he can probably answer a lot of those, but main deck counter spells and stuff just... So I don't know what this deck's plan is against the heavier Control decks, which is probably okay at the moment. Because Control, I don't think Control's doing too great. There haven't been any major standard tournaments, so... Alright, this seems okay. We're not as soft to turn 1. Duress. Still don't want him to play it, but that's not particularly great against us. Partly because we took out alright, we gotta get an island, because if we draw an untapped land, then we want to be able to draw it, or play it, or play our search for Azcanta. But yeah, Silent Gravestone doesn't really affect us at the moment. Into my graveyard. Yes. Just because we're not going to play it. If we're not going to play it, we don't really need to keep it. So we got to play our Evolving Wilds. Yeah, we got to play Evolving Wilds because we're just going to hold up Negate. And then next turn we can keep holding up Negate and play our Anointer Priest if he doesn't play anything Negate worthy here. Because having Negate up open on turn 4 is pretty good. Alright, so we got to keep that in mind to not flip our search for Azcanta. Doomfall. Yep, we will negate that one. Sacrifice our Evolving Wilds, get a Plains. Anointed Priest in our graveyard. Sure. Play our Anointed Procession, which he can't really deal with. And then get back our Anointed Priest. Slam Chandra, Slam Chandra. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of answers to Chandra, so I'm not. Put planes into our graveyard, yes. Alright, so we can play our Anointer Priest. Gain a bunch of life. Play our Renegade map. If he has Sweltering Suns, he has Sweltering Suns. Alright, we'll upkeep, sacrifice our Renegade map. Gotta get an island because we have Champion of Wits in hand. Sweltering Suns and Grath. Each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. Gain control of target creature. Sure. These are all acceptable. As well discard our Anointer Priest. Yield through turn, upkeep. I guess we want to go ahead and sacrifice this before the search for Azcanta trigger. What do we got? Plains, yes. Flip it, no. Alright, we'll go ahead and duress our opponent. What is this? Never to return. That's not great. Moment of Craving, -2/-2 is not great. I think Vraska's Contempt is the scariest card here. Because it exiles. So we'll get rid of that guy. Play our other Anointer Priest. Gain a whole bunch of life. What is that? Each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in his or her graveyard. Yeah, we gotta attack Chandra, so we're gonna do that. Oh, I didn't freaking attack Chandra. That's upsetting. That's quite upsetting. You don't do that on Moto or in real life. You don't just not attack. Okay. What do we know he has? It's one card, yo. Lost Legacy. Sure. Oh, I can't chef at Dunes. That's disappointing. That would be nice. Sure. What do you name? See, Lost Legacy is not that great against us, so I don't know what the dealio is here. Ixalan's Binding? Sure. That is a 1 of. And we know he has those 2 cards in hand. Those 2 cards. Oh yeah, he drew 1 for a turn. I was like, he just cast this. This is new. But yeah. So next time he probably knows to name Cast Out. You got it. Alright, so we know his hand. Chandra should be at 5 right now. Upkeep. No. No. Draw the Cast Out that he did not name. Wreck that Chandra. All attack Angrath. And we're in a good spot. We're in a pretty good spot. He probably plushes the Angrath. We discard our Champion of Wits. And next turn we'll flip the Search for Azcanta so that we can cast Champion of Wits, get double, draw like 1 billion cards, gain 1 billion life. It'll be great. Go. Oh, and our opponent said wrong choice when he played his Lost Legacy. Yes, put it into my graveyard. And will we transform it this time? Yes, we will. If he wants to get rid of it, that's fine. We play another island. No, we don't play another island. But this is still fine. I think, yeah, we'll just go ahead and activate it because we don't have anything else going on. Because it negs him a land too. Alright, we'll take our hidden stockpile. Any order's fine. Get a plains, so we have double white. And that turned out pretty well for us. Play our stockpile, which we have triggered revolt this turn. Yep, you may do that. But now we kind of just run away with the game. So that'll make 2. We'll gain 4 life. Good life. Yep. Can still kill Angrath. We know the 2 cards he has in hand. No, we don't. Okay. We know one of the 2 cards he has in his hand. It's actually kind of good against us, but yeah, see, I don't know. Because that card's just not particularly great against us. Sure. has one unknown in hand. Upkeep. Since we're not killing Angrath, we will sacrifice a token to scry, try to get us a good draw. Duress, I don't think is that great right now. Well, negate's really not any better. So we'll just attack Mr. Angrath. Yep, you may cycle. If for some reason he slams a relevant spell as opposed to Angrathing first, then that's okay. Yep. Alright, so now we can kill Angrath. With our chef at Dunes and still run away with the game. It's pretty good, but not as good as killing Angrath, so we're going to do that. And we have much more inevitability than he does. So I won the match. I guess he black red discard 1/1 concede. And that's the problem with playing in a tournament lobby, one of the many problems. But your opponents just concede a lot when you're playing this. Because this is not a very fun deck to play against, I will admit. Yep, this is fine. We can Concealed Courtyard Plains, or Concealed Courtyard, hold up Fatal Push. If he, for some reason, if he plays like a Bomat Courier, that'd be a great card to Fatal Push, or any one drop. Yeah, I mean that's as good as any. Because we're going to be busy our next few turns. And the next turn will be Evolving Wilds, Hidden Stockpile. Things will be great. Okay, so it's Black-Red Pirates. Black-Red super aggressive Pirates. And Fumigate's going to be great. We'll go ahead and throw an upkeep stop. But we'll go ahead and sacrifice this, get our island. Because we actually have pretty good mana. Darn. And we will not double block if he attacks, because then we don't get to do our shenanigans. Right? I mean, with that guy being played, no, we'll just let him do stupid, and by do stupid, I mean let him do his thing, let him get a bunch of pirates, and then we'll just try to get enough mana to fumigate in our favor. No blocks. Upkeep. Sacrifice a token. I guess it's better to use our blue mana. And if it's not a land, it goes to the bottom. Pretty much. Yep. That one can go to the bottom because we really want to draw lands. That's a land. We might even cycle this cast out on his instep. We drew a land, so there's no reason to cycle it this turn. And who knows, he might play a... Well, he only has 2 mana, but it will definitely double block here. Especially if he pays 2. Like, that's an easy trade. Yep, 3/3. Gets a 2/2. And we double block. And we can even sacrifice one, because that's how this works. Because he has been successfully blocked. And now they can do their damage. Cycle this cast out because we're not in the markets for cast out against an aggressive deck. Legion's Landing's okay. We don't need to fumigate this turn, so we will upkeep Scry. Legion's Landing number 2 is not what we're in the market for. Evolving Wilds is fine. Absolutely fine. But we'll get our Legion's Landing, get our hidden stockpile triggers. And we're probably not going to sacrifice this Evolving Wilds during his instep. Unless he goes really crazy with the pirates. Because I would much rather be able to play like an Anointed Procession or another hidden stockpile next turn and then eventually fumigate. Opponent is tanking. Unfortunately. So, I guess I will take this moment of pause from our opponent to just generally talk about my opinions of the deck. So, I started this deck with just black-white tokens, the general build. But I decided to add in Alinda, the Dusk Rose, some Regal Caracals and try to go for the life gain route. And that's pretty good against the aggro deck, so if you're really trying to beat the mono red decks, that deck's pretty strong. But I found that the slower stuff is harder to beat, which makes sense. If you tune your deck to go fast, or to beat the fast decks, you're worse against the slow decks. But I think going longer is better because we're still pretty good against the mono red decks. So there's no reason to force the mono red deck so hard when you can try to shore up your longer games with stuff like Search for Azcanta, Scarab God, and the likes. So we'll just sack our Evolving Wilds, get an island, because we've got good enough mana for what we have here. Scarab God is going to be pretty good. Do we attack with all three? Well, here's the question. Do we attack with all three and get our Legions landing? I think so. Because we'll be getting all of it back. Because we'll be making tokens, we're getting our hidden stockpiles. This gives us more mana, and mana is good. So, yeah, I think we're in a good spot. And the only reason we're attacking here is for the Legion's Landing. If we didn't have the Legion's Landing, there's no way we attack. But Legion's Landing is such a good card. I really like that card. Yep. Yep. Get our two dudes. Fortunately, our opponent is a little mana screwed at the moment. Alright. Wins the game. Do I win the match? And I win the match. Awesome. Probably tomorrow I will try a league if I keep liking the deck, because tournament practice is really kind of annoying when your opponents just concede after game one. I would like to play first, and I will keep this. It's kind of slow, so if our opponent is mono red or something, then we'll kind of struggle, but I think we can get there with it. And there's a lot of good draws in our deck. We can turn off our upkeep stop. But back to what I was saying. This deck, especially with the blue splash, seems a lot more grindy than the white-black. You're very dependent on your top deck. In the white-black version, you don't have much card draw. But you're very dependent on getting a hidden stockpile to be able to scry and get through your deck. But having cards like Champion of Wits and Scarab God just adds more power to your deck. And you don't really give up that much. I'm playing 4 blue sources. And I might go up another blue source, maybe replace a swamp with the blue-black land or something to that effect. But you're not really giving up much because your spells are only 1 blue. And you get to play great sideboard cards like Negate and River's Rebuke. I haven't got to really try out the sideboard, but all the cards seem good, so no major issues there. And while our opponent thinks, I'll just pull up the deck. So, again, we got time, so I'll just go through the deck. It plays 22 lands, 4 Renegade maps. I find that was a lot better than the original 23 lands and no Renegade maps. Renegade maps just let you trigger Revolt a lot easier. It helps fix your mana because we're a 3-color deck. Fatal pushes are great to stem the bleeding against aggro decks. Plus, we trigger Revolt really easily. So being able to kill the bigger creature like a Thrashing Brontodon or there's plenty of other creatures out there that are 4-drops or 3-drops and 4-drops. You got like Rishkars and the Merfolk Branchwalker. No, not the Branchwalker. The 3-drop. What is the 3-drop? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look up the 3-drop. But it's like green. It's like 1 green green. It's a 3-drop Explorer. Green subtype Merfolk. Jade Light Ranger. That's what it is. So Jade Light Ranger. So you get to pick off stuff like that pretty easily with Fatal Push. Legion's Landing. Pretty great. Gives us tokens, which we want to do. Being able to constantly generate tokens is also great, especially if we get our Anointed Procession out there. Anointed Priest, really good at gaining life. Kind of disappointed we don't get to play 4, but you got to make cuts. There's a lot of cards this deck wants to play, and playing 3 has been enough from what I've seen, because you've got a lot of other ways to stem the bleeding against aggro, like Fatal Push, and just your deck in general is pretty good at holding off people. We got Search for Azcanta as a new addition tonight. I only got to play it once against that black-red discard deck, and it pulled its weight there. Both times we played it. The first game we were lost. It was pretty much a wash anyways. But being able to dig through your deck, especially at instant speed, when you flip it, is really great. Because the one play we did against them that turned out really well was we flipped our Search for Azcanta while we had to give us our second blue while we had a Champion of Wits in the graveyard. So if our opponent doesn't deal with it because they had a Field of Ruin, we were already out of our other island was in the graveyard. But if our opponent hadn't destroyed it, we flash back our Champion of Wits, draw a bunch of cards, and if they don't, or if they do destroy it, we get to search off of it with its flip side, and we get to draw. We get to get a relevant card as opposed to just a land or something, and we ended up getting a hidden stockpile, which was really good for us. It was our second hidden stockpile, I think, or it might have been the first. Either way, it turned out pretty well. Alright, so this deck plays blue, so it's probably quite slow, so this hand should be pretty good against them. Alright, our slow start is probably going to signal to them that we're a rather control-y deck. What do you got? Merfolk Mistbinder. Spooky. Alright, we'll play our Glacial Fortress. Keep our start up, I think. Yeah. And then probably double block there unless he does something crazy. Yep. And if he doesn't attack, that's great. But if he does attack, then we just kill it for free, and that's really good. But Merfolk is... We've got Fumigate, so Merfolk's not that bad. But we gotta play around like main deck negates and such. Man, I think I gotta play a Champion of Wits here and try to draw some cards. Hopefully draw some lands. Alright, so Search for Azcanta is pretty slow. We're going to play both of those this turn. I don't think I need that Scarab God. I should probably play my land. Yeah, we don't need the Scarab God. We'll get those back, but we want all of those cards. Because he's really slow, and we really need to go fast against this, or stabilize the board. And we'll do it with stuff like Anointed Procession, Fumigate, etc. Remember, Merfolk deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Sure. So he has to attack with both, and if he attacks with both, then we will block the 2/2. He doesn't attack with both, so that's good news. Upkeep, we will sacrifice here, get our island, play island. Can we let him draw cards? I think we can. Because I think getting this into that is going to be really good for us. I think this is a good turn to resolve this, and we can hold up Fatal Push. And then possibly Fumigate next turn. Yep, no attackers. Being able to anoint a priest into a start to finish seems pretty good. What do we got? What do we got? Is it a Nissa? Nissa would be annoying. Ouch. Nissa into a Lord would be even more annoying. Alright, not a Lord. He at least attacks with a 2/3. He doesn't attack with a 2/3. Okay. Right, upkeep, nothing to do. We got our other Scarab God, so that'll turn out pretty well. But we'll play Anointer Priest. Instant speed our start. If he attacks, or even if he doesn't attack. Because if he's countering something like a start, then he's not countering something like a Fumigate. And that's good news. And if he's attacking, then that's even better. Yep. But still don't want him to hit one of the Lords. That's fine. Never another Merfolk. Probably should have played that one first. Just my thoughts there. Okay. Yep. So could he have... Okay, so we know... That's a little risky. And if he has Spell Pierce, there's a 100% chance he counters this. And we're just going to throw them all there. Like, we don't want to lose to like a Blossoming Defense. And he's not going to kill extra stuff unless he has a Blossoming Defense, so we're just going to throw it there. Alright, So again, if he had a Spell Pierce, he would have countered that, because now his draw engine dies. We will cast our Fumigate, and again, if he has Spell Pierce, then that's that, but fortunately he didn't. And next turn we can get back our Anointer Priest or play a Scarab God. Scarab God, probably. Right. Blade as Oasis. Got a Branch Walker. Silver Gilt Adept probably stays on top. Yep. Gets to play a Silver Gilt for free. But we gained a whole bunch of life. We're not really worried. Alright. And if he doesn't deal with this, we kind of run away with the game again. Unsummon? Unsummon? Yeah. But again, we have a whole bunch of life, so we're not very close to dying. What is that? 8 damage. We got a 25. Still above our starting life total, and he has no cards in hand. Yeah, we'll go ahead and sacrifice this, get a swamp. He's got one draw to get something pretty relevant. And we'll definitely bring in negates against him. We won't bring in duresses, but negates seem pretty good. Right, get to land. We'll just get back our Anointer Priest. Getting 2 Anointer Priests seems pretty good. Or getting double 4/4. Alright, so we definitely don't block the 3. To play around Blossoming Defense, but we'll block a 2. Yeah, I guess the Pioneer's just as good as any of them. Because that is sorcery speed, he cannot activate that. Right. Upkeep, 100%. Anointer Priest. Black, blue, white, white. Get 2 4/4s. Whenever a creature token, they're supposed to trigger. Why did they not trigger? Okay, they just happened really fast. I didn't see them. Okay. Allowed. All right, Evolving Wilds to the bottom. Hidden Stockpile can go on the bottom, I think. I think I just want to draw like an untapped land. That's not untapped land. That's not what I said. Alright, so back in a good spot. Alright, now we'll probably start getting back his stuff. Like the Branch Walker. He's gaining a lot of value off of Nissa, but next turn we can Scarab God and cast out. be in a great spot. Might even get the Pioneer because we get more tokens that way. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. And then we'll cast out. Yep. We'll activate on his Pioneer. Alright, and then we get to scry 4. Yeah, Scarab God's pretty good. Right, what card do we want to draw? I think we can draw this turn. Well, that can go to the bottom because we're casting out this turn. So we can draw, I think drawing hidden, I mean, we're really just going to yeah, basically if it's not Anointed Procession, I don't think we want it. We'll go ahead and cast our cast out. And we're ahead on time. Mostly because our opponent decided not to do anything at the beginning of this. And we'll just kill him with Scarab God. Triggers. Because we'll probably just make dudes. Yeah. This doesn't give trampling anyway, does it? We'll get, it's the Pioneer, right? Yep. So Pioneer. And get back Branch Walker. Ooh, Mistbinder seems good. Let's do that. Now we're just kind of globe-trotting on him. Feels kind of bad, but not exactly. So we're scrying 8. And the rest can go on the bottom. I mean, you really don't even need Anointed Procession. We're just kind of winning anyways. But we'll just attack him with a... Doggone it. Alright. Alright, begin sideboarding. What do we got? Negates seem good. These all seem good enough. Alright, what seems bad? Search seems bad. Scarab God seems bad, despite it actually doing well that game. Because he's pretty slow. The rest of it seems kind of good. You might not need Ixalan's Binding. That removal's good. We might not need negates. I think I kind of want negates though. We could probably drop a couple of Anointed Processions and a negate. Let's keep 3. Drop a Fumigate, sure. Let's try it like that. There's some consideration for the River's Rebuke. But again, we really just want to go super fast to stem bleeding, get something down, turn that corner. Opponent is tanking again. No black in this hand. But I think that's okay, because we got a draw. Take off our upkeep stop. That's a good draw, because it lets us do that. And unfortunately, we drew 3 of our 4. Is that my puppy? 3 of our 4 blue lands. Okay, naturalize on that is totally fine. I mean, it's not fine, but we have scarier things for him to naturalize. And if he's going slower, that's good news for us. If he's not just super swarming the board. Deep Root Elite, yep. Alright, missed a land drop. That is very good news. Now, yeah, I think we just play start to finish. Yeah, so things turned out okay. Opponent missed land number 2. We're about to kill his thing. Even if we start and double block. So we just gotta see what he does. Alright, Branch Walker. He probably just drew that this turn. That's reasonable to keep in mind. Is he just going to try to make it really big? No, no. Well, I didn't mean to turn auto yield on, but yeah, I don't think we double block there. Nope. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. I'm gonna be upset if it doesn't let me do the thing. It'll be my fault. I will admit. Tempest Caller, I guess, to stop the blocks. Yeah, no need to cast out reasonable. So we'll just play our stockpile, I think. Attack with our warriors, because they have vigilance, and if he blocks one, then we just sacrifice that one. No blocks. But we'll still... Do we need... Yeah, because it gives us a scry, and it's basically the same as the vigilance. Because we're not going to be attacking much more after this. Swap to the bottom. We don't need double black anymore. But now next turn we have Fatal Push and Cast Out. Or just Cast Out, or just Fatal Push. And he's still on 2 lands. We're on so many lands. But mana flood, or mana screw typically beats mana flood. Just because eventually they will draw spells. Do we want to? No, we'll just double block now. Yeah, we'll just double block the 3/2. But if he hadn't done that, then we probably would not have blocked. So that is very important ordering information. And now we don't have to worry about upkeep scrying. We just take our natural draw. Yeah, we don't need to kill the 2/2. We'll just play our Legion's Landing. We really don't even need to cast out, but this is okay. We won't get to swing with or transform Legion's Landing anytime soon. Yep. We will go ahead and push that guy. That's a much better push target. Basically, we were going to push whatever he targeted with the thing. Pretty much. He attacks, we'll take it, attack back, probably finish what he started. Of course, that is dependent upon our draw. Like that, we don't need to finish anymore. Go ahead and push his guy. Really need some of our engine pieces, but right now just having a good cards is okay. Adept. He keeps the Adept. Man. Alright, so I know he has a Silver Gale Adept, probably plays it. Yep, no blocks. I think. I don't know why I exited out of that. He doesn't play the Adept. Or no, yeah, the whatever. I guess we can go ahead and play Cast Out. That way if he has Negate or something, or Spell Pierce, we can deal with it. And he's played 2 Naturalizes so far, which is kind of annoying. Go to attacks. Yes. Nice. Champion of Wits. Alright, I guess we'll drop our 2 lands. What do we got? Silver. Yep, so he most definitely has negate. That is a pretty easy call. Why did I see that? Ah, he revealed it from his hand. He's still not playing spells, so him not playing spells is good for us. Alright. Player stockpile probably gets negated. This is what he's been. He did not negate that. I am shocked. I am thoroughly shocked. Oh, was I one off? I was one off. Dang. That's still okay. Now we could throw our upkeep on. I don't know what he's holding the gate up for. Because if you're not holding it up for my hidden stockpile, I don't know what you're holding it up for. I mean, we'll take 6, unfortunately. Upkeep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're not going to do that so that we can attempt to kill his dude. That guy. And then when this fails because he counters it, we will fumigate, most likely. I don't know what he's trying to negate. I don't know what he's holding open all this mana for. I honestly don't know. I have zero idea. Oh, he's had Essence Scatter, but he didn't Essence Scatter our draw spell. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know, team. There's not. Maybe because he knows we have. Maybe he thinks we still have Scarab gone in. I mean, that's totally reasonable. It's a reasonable assumption. Oracle, yep. Yeah, we definitely block if he attacks. 100%. We'll block there, block there. just so we're guaranteed to gain the life here. That one. Define block there. Sacrifice the servo. Fatal Push is fine to have on top. Upkeep, don't need anything. Champion of Wits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can't counter this. Yes, I would like to draw 4 magic cards. We're definitely dropping lands, so I think we drop that and that, so we can keep open double Fatal Push. Has anything... Nothing has done the thing yet this turn, right? Yeah. So this is okay. And to note, we're ahead on time, so that's really good news. If he bounces our Champion of Wits, we will Fatal Push his Seafloor Oracle, because Revolt does not die. Revolt is just leave the battlefield, which is good news for us. Kumina. Makes sense. No attacks. Right. No upkeep stuff. We want our 4/4. I guess we... start with a cast out. Reasonable. On the Kumina. He gets to draw a card, he gets to draw a card. It's just freaking me out a little bit that he's not countering important spells or drawing cards or anything. It's a little upsetting. Do we Sunscorch Champion? Probably. We'll discard a Fatal Push. Yeah, we'll Fatal Push or Fumigate. Probably Fumigate, because we're ahead on creatures right now. Our creatures are better than his creatures at the moment. Yep, finally plays the Deep Root Elite. Yep. Keep our 4/4s. Evolving Wilds is a fantastic draw. Do we even have any? Yeah, we got some planes left, so we'll get a planes. Yeah, Evolving Wilds is a pretty great draw because it lets us start revolting, doing us things. upkeep, we will pay the one to sacrifice our servo. Put land on the bottom. Draw another land. Awesome. Okay. Revolt. Keep sacrificing our dude. Try to draw some good cards. Like Anointed Procession, the good one. I guess he just doesn't have anything. No attacks. Get servos. Keep. Sacrifice. Dude. Sure. Finish. Targeting that guy. Sacrifice. Or tap. Sac servo. No attacks. Alright, we'll lose some percentage points by auto-yielding here. But, we're just gonna smack back. We're just gonna crack in and ruin his world. We're not even gonna scry, because we're gonna activate this. Yep. And we got there. 2-0 versus Merfolk. Cool. Alright, let's keep it going. So we're currently 4-0 on the night. It's pretty good. That was our first actual 2-win win, but we beat a Jund deck, a black-red discard control deck, and a black-red pirates deck. Yep, this hand seems good. We will keep it. Now do we play stock? Which is our biggest thing? Stockpile or Champion of Wits? I think stockpile is more important. So. Unfortunately, we kind of have to show them that we're a blue deck, but that's okay. Because we are a blue deck, we'll go ahead and We don't need to scry. We'll attack first. See if he does anything. Probably not. It's free damage, and he looks like a control deck, so... Essence Scatter, that is fine. We'll go ahead and sacrifice our dude. That can go to the bottom. And it'd be great if he just, like, sorry, tapped out here. He did not. Yeah, we'll just get in our damage. Fumigate doesn't seem great. But we can hold open, cast out for whatever. Put a Legion's Landing on top. No, I think we want better than Legion's Landing at this point. Glimmer. Illumination. Yeah, it works too. Just slam a Scarab God. It's not a Scarab God. We'll still cast that out though. That is a good card. This is one of the many reasons I'm preferring cast out over Ixalan's Binding, because instant speed is great, cycling's great, and the binding, we have it in our sideboard, but it's not super great. And he thought so much, so he totally has a counter spell. So we're not playing our Scarab God. I'd like to sacrifice the hidden stockpile, please. Thank you. Fatal Push can go to the bottom. Opt. Yep. Fetid Pools. Yep. It's only 20 turns and we got him. Old Gear Hulk. Is that what we got? I mean, if his plan is to Field of Ruin, because we kept something on top, then that is fine by me. Okay, yeah, it's a Gear Hulk. Or it's a Glimmer. That works too. Maybe he was thinking about doing it. Also, shout out to the Guru Island. That's pretty sweet. And foil those are okay, but Guru Island is pretty sweet. Sure. Take my Scarab God. You may have it. I mean, you take... Okay, I like... Oh, you definitely take Scarab God there. So he knows about that, but... We're gonna play this anyways. I mean, he has to have counter spells, but it's gotta be a disallow. Yeah. But because we drew so many lands this game, we're probably not gonna do too hot. Because we just didn't get out there fast enough. We didn't have enough stuff for him to counter. Yep. He definitely has a Gear Hulk here. One, two, 6, 7, 8. If we had one more mana, this would be fantastic. I mean, he knows what we have, so we play it. If he has another disallow or a Gear Hulk, then we're kind of stuck. Again, we drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, that's good news. He doesn't have a Gear Hulk. Sure. Maybe try to get in some more damage. I bottomed one earlier, but now we kind of just need anything, and that is something. See if he really wants to counter a 1-drop 1/1. Nice. Yeah, so what was it? 8 lands, and so we drew 50% lands with a bunch of scries. Darn. Messed up. I missed the free scry. But he's blue-black, so we don't have to, like, he's just going to get us with creature beats. So if we can deal with those, we should be in a good spot. But yeah, missing the scry there is pretty big. Well, we just miss a scry. That's pretty much the gist. If he has stuff like Fatal Push, he should have been using them. I mean, he's not at 0 life, or he's not at 20 life, so this is somewhat relevant. What is it, like is it 3 Gear Hulks, 2 Scarab Gods? Is that the typical build? Okay, that doesn't really affect us. Yeah. And if he had all these kill spells, he should have been using them on my servo, because that was giving me a whole bunch of value. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Yeah. Alrighty. We shall attack. At the moment, we are totally winning this race. Is there a world where we mill him out because he just doesn't do anything? We're not playing Scarab God. What happened to our first Scarab God? Oh, it got Doomfall, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. So he's got 2 disallows, essence scanners. Yeah, he's got just mono counter spells in hand. Yep. Cool. A spell. This is a very entertaining game of Magic. Opponent is tanking. Why does he keep doing that? That's upsetting. He got both my Scarab Gods off of Doomfall. What is he doing? I mean, I know what he's doing, but this is ridiculous. Haha. Attack for 1. I assume he plays a win condition. Why does he keep doing stuff in his second main phase? That's so weird. So weird. Play a spell. Gearhulk. Yeah. Disallowed. Guess we're supposed to attack first. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of our 22 lands. Yep. Hey. Yep. Also, we are no longer winning the race. Just for those keeping track. Aha, now I've got lots of creatures. Yep. There's still a real chance of him drawing out. Yeah, decking out. 100% block with Anointer Priest. Because we can play it back. Yep. Alright, cool. Step 1. Cast out. Gearhulk. Disallow. Magic. Step 2. Search for Azcanta. Step 3. Token Anointer Priest. Gain a couple life. Thought I yielded to that. Maybe when I did my turn off auto yields, it turns off those auto yields too. We'll block one. We will not transform search for Azcanta because he has a Field of Ruin out. But we will play our island. Play our Anointer Priest. Gain some life. He has another disallow. That's fine. Yes, I would like to draw a bunch of cards. We can get rid of Legion's Landing and Renegade Map. Am I attacking? I don't think so. And I think we can gang up on one Gear Hulk and be okay. If he plays another Gear Hulk or just casts it out or Fatal pushes it, then that's where we're at. Do we block one? I don't think we block one. We'll block next turn. Skittles, yep. I think we'll flip it this time. Yep. Yep. Cast our cast out. Targeting, I guess, Skittles. And he's not scrying off of it, so that's honestly less of a threat, but it'll become a threat. Sacrifice it, get a swamp if we have it. Cast Anointed Procession. And if he has a removal spell, then we're dead. But we only have one cast out. No, we don't have any cast outs left in our deck. So we aren't really drawing. We're not drawing anything off of Azcanta. Fumigate's probably the best of the options. So if he has a removal spell, then he's got a removal spell. But again, we weren't beating a removal spell because we were out of cast outs. You got the removal spell? Yep. And when you're down to 14 cards in your deck, you kind of draw everything. But we drew way too many lands at the beginning of that. but we can definitely fight back here pretty easily because we can take a bunch of junk out. Maybe we can drop that guy. We don't need that guy in against control. But Skittles is good. Oh, Deadeye's Tracker is pretty good. I forgot about him. Maybe drop an Anointed Procession and an Anointer Priest. Oh, okay. I forgot about our Deadeye Tracker. If we get a game 3, if neither of us go to time, then what does our sideboard look like? Yep, the trackers are out. This is okay. Sacrifice. Get a swamp. Play swamp. Play stockpile. Yep. You've got to search for Azcanta. We will not upkeep. We'll just play that, attack. Doggone it. I'm going too fast. Negate into the graveyard. Ooh, he kept a 2-lander. We gotta go aggro as heck. I guess attack first. Cool. Alright. Let's bring those in. We can probably take Scarab God out. That seems good, and just get way down here. We could even... No, this seems fine. We didn't even have any sideboard cards. He just kept a 2-lander. We will not keep a 0-lander. Yeah, we can keep all this. Opt. One thing he could have done last game is just make us use all our clock. I mean, that's a reasonable thing to do. Alright, so which one do we want to get countered? Hidden Stockpile or Search for Azcanta? We want our Hidden Stockpile to get countered, so we will play that. Yep. Unfortunately, we mulligan to 6 and probably don't get there. Yep. Alright. Doesn't have a counterspell in hand. Or he might. He just might just want to see. Well, he doesn't have a disallow in hand or a supreme will. Or if he does, then nice. Nice, 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 nice. Again, that's why we played the hidden stockpile first, is because we wanted that one to get countered. Not the search for Azcanta. Next turn, hopefully we can search into a land, an untapped land. I think all of our lands do not enter untapped. Yes. Wow, this is exactly how the last game went for him. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. Alright, we'll cycle this cast out. Upkeep. Island into our graveyard. No. Play our planes. We're in a pretty bad spot, but especially since we're behind on time. Yeah, that one won the gate. I do not like our chances at the moment. Yep. I wonder what he takes. Our hand's pretty bad. Do we go ahead and do this? I think so. This lets us flip our Azcanta if we bin whatever's there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, he negates Azcanta number 2. Yes, if he Field of Ruins, we're totally fine with that. We will get, I guess a white source. White source is fine. Right? Right? We don't need blue. We don't need double black. Yeah, we'll take a white source. Okay, apparently we need a double black. Alright, he's got a Gear Hulk, not enough mana to cast it. So he's got Gear Hulk, Essence Scatter. Still got Gear Hulk, Essence Scatter. If he Gear Hulks here, that is not the correct play for him. Because we can kill it. Oh, I'm just playing Glimmer of Genius? Sure. Still wish I had a... I guess he's looking for... negate. I don't think Essence Scatter is very good against us. Again, maybe he thinks we still have the Scarab Gods. Cycle? Cycle land. Cycle land. 2, 4, 6. He's got a Gear Hulk. He could have Gear Hulk. And this is actually pretty good if he does have exactly Gear Hulk. The Swamp. Because that means we can flash that back. Consign to Oblivion, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Yeah, I guess the disallow. Yes. So we'll deal 6. We really just need to deal a bunch of damage. I don't know why I thought he didn't have enough mana to play Gear Hulk. That was bad. That was bad. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. That was really, really bad. Yeah, so now we just lose. Unfortunately. Yep. We are very much dead. Yeah, his Gear Hulk should be dead. Yeah, that's game. That was very bad on my part. That was a huge misplay. For some reason I thought he didn't have enough mana to cast the Gear Hulk. So I thought we were safe there. That was my bad, 100% my bad. Mostly because I was trying to play fast. Didn't stop and take a double check. But alright, so that'll do it for tonight. Thank you all for watching. If you're on Twitch, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the follow button. Come back, let me know what you think. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, let me know what you think. And the links for each are in my description, so if you're on Twitch, you can go to my YouTube page, and if you're on YouTube, you can go to my Twitch page. So thank you all, and I hope you have a good night.